Ooh-wee. Look at that good looking dormant Bermuda. In fact, you can see a little green starting to come through right in there. But today's video, we're gonna spend it in the garage. Hey guys, welcome to sunny Bermuda. Today, we're gonna spend the video in the garage. I'm gonna take you through 7 steps to keep your mower in top working condition throughout the season. Today we're gonna work on my old snapper here. If you remember from last year, I celebrated about 15 years this snapper. It's hung in there, so let's start. With step 1 is change the oil in it. We're gonna drain the oil. See right here, it's got a nice handy drain plug. And over here we're gonna replace the filter, which is right in here. So let's back it up. Put it over some cardboard here, protect your concrete. Okay, first I want to cover a few things you need. You may want to get out your owner's manual. In here, I've already got it pulled out. For the engine, it's got a Kohler command engine. Over here in specifications, you can look up the oil capacity. Have a CV 493, uses 1.9 liters, which is 2 quarts. So it's pretty simple. Make sure we put 2 quarts back in it once we drain it. Something else you may need, something to drain or put the oil in. Your oil. And what I use the Shell T5. It's a synthetic blend. Awesome oil, been using it for years. It actually says heavy duty diesel, so you know it's good engine oil. It's SAE 10W30. Like this, just in case you can't get the filter loose. This help out, it'll reach in there and grab it. And you need your metric tools, of course. Loosen up the drain plug and some trusty towels. We'll need that definitely on this filter here. I really hate a vertical filter because you pull it off, oil naturally will fall, get things messy. And last but not least, you need your new oil filter. And I use this genuine Kohler filter. There's the number on it. I did back it up some, left it run a little bit, get the engine warm, but not too hot to the touch. That way the oil, get it nice and warm, that way it'll flow out the drain plug. I've got it pulled over right here. This is really nice. Wish every mower engine had these on them. This actually came on it. Okay, I've got my oil drainer container down there to catch the oil. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a 16mm socket for the end here. And just a vice grip to hold this in. And let me take the oil fill cap off up here. That'll help get air in the system and push the oil out. Okay, while that slowly drains, let's get the oil filter ready to be replaced. What I'm going to do, get a small top, a small pan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull your oil filter out. Basically, fill it up with oil. That way oil, I don't know if you can see the paper filter in there. But you want to fill it up with oil. That way it can be soaking in, basically priming the filter. Again, all of this is in your engine manual. And most engines, if you don't have the manual to your engine, most of them can be found online. Go to the manufacturer website. And mine said to fill it up to the threads. Whoop, there we go. You can see it bubbling. You see it bubbling as it fills in all the air gaps. Let's top it off a little more. You see it still slowly bubbling down. You also want to take your finger, get a little oil on it. Make sure you have oil around the edges here. And also once you put this replacement filter on, tighten it down until just the gasket is touching, and then give it a 3/4 to 1 full revolution. That's what the manual says, but I normally do it, make sure it's good and snug. You don't want to over tighten it so that this smashes out, and then you would have an oil leak. Okay, that didn't take long. It's slowly dripping now. So we'll move to the other side and pull the filter off, the part that I hate the most. See if I can grab it with my hand first and loosen it. But first, before we do that, grab some paper towels. Oop. I'll shove it down in here. You see how filthy it is? That's because I had a hydraulic line bust. I replaced this one, and the two on the other side. I actually had two busts at the same time, ironically. Just gonna shove this in there, because oil will pour everywhere once you take the filter off. Come on. Doing this one-handed. There we go. Hey, thought I was gonna have to go there and hit the weight pile again. Got it loose. There it comes. See if I can pull it off. See that oil? Ah, I hate these filters. Or these engines that have this. You can see you got a little oil there. Good thing I had my cardboard down. Okay, I've got it taken off and cleaned up a little bit. I will note there is a small, small drain plug right there. I could have taken it out, and you see that hole there, it could and drain off the little excess oil that's sitting in here, but I've done that before. It just makes a bigger mess, to be honest. So I just took it off, cleaned it up the best I can. Now I'm going to replace the filter. Take this, it's been sitting here. Oop. Dump it out. Let's try and put it back on. There we go. Let's see. Alright, just hit. Let's turn it. 3/4 of a turn. Right there. You kind of feel it. You don't want to overdo it. It's almost the same place as the old filter. That color is a little sticker. It's right there toward the back. There you go. Perfect. I think that's the cleanest I've ever done this. All right. What I like to do now is put this back on, double check everything. Got that drain nut on, and the oil filter is on. So what I like to do now is crank everything up. You know, you want the oil to run through the engine for probably a minute, and then I'll let it sit a while, and then I'll check the engine oil again to make sure it's right at full mark. Okay, I ran the engine for about a minute, checked everything. Doesn't look like I have any leaks, so that's good. So let's move on to step number 2. Second thing you want to do to your mower every year is check your air filter. And it doesn't look too bad. There's just a little trash around it, which is good. That's what this is what's called the pre-filter. It basically protects it, your main filter, as you can see in there, from collecting all this larger debris and dust. So let's pull this off. It does look pretty dirty. You can see down here, see where the dirt's starting to collect. So I may go ahead and get me a new one. I decided to go ahead and put a new filter on. You can bang the dust out all you want, and it's still a little dirty. So I went online, grabbed a new filter. It's Kohler brand. Comes with a new rubber grommet. and another wing nut to put it on. Probably nothing wrong with this. We'll go ahead and pull it off and place it as well. You can see the difference between the two filters. I'll hold it up side by side. This one's nice and clean. This one looks good and dusty. So we'll go ahead and set it aside. Also, while I'm changing the air filter, I noticed that the gasket just below, put this on, right here, see how it's warped and it's kind of hanging down. This can allow more trash to get in contact to the air filter. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this as well. This isn't something you do every year. In fact, this is the first time I've replaced it. And you get this at your local parts supplier, or you can find it online as well. Stick it on here. The last part on the air filter, one of the most important parts, is always put your pre-filter on. It goes over, pre-filters any air coming through to remove any, sand, large debris that's soaked in. And what I did is I took this, it's still in good condition. I'm not going to replace it right now. I took it out, washed it really good old dish soap, and then I'll put a light coat of, this is oil treatment spray. It's really for foam filters. Some people put oil, rub oil over it, and just something to attract the particles to it, make it stick to it. And third thing you want to do on your mower is to check the air pressure. The back tires and the front tires, and they are different PSI. I think that was 44 PSI on the front, and on the back here, if you can't remember, like I'm doing now, okay, it's 24. You look, it's 24 PSI. It always says on the side of the tire. Let's see if I can show that to you. All right, there you go. Max inflation, 24 PSI, and of course this is a tubeless tire. Here's a little digital, which I really like, a little Tecton. Basically take off your cap here. Probably low. It usually is after sitting, about 13.5. And what I say it should be around 24. So we'll make sure we add some air to this. $23. Looking good. I'll do this. I won't show you all 4 tires. It's basically the same process. Just go around all 4 tires, check PSI, make sure it's good. That's step 3. All right, I got the tires aired up. Now we're going to move on to step 4. We're going to replace our scalp wheels, our anti-scalp wheels actually is what they're called. As you can see, look at this one. The front get a lot more wear and tear than the rear. The rear looks actually pretty decent. I may replace that last year. I had one break on me. But while we're here, we're going to go ahead and replace all 4 of them. I've got 4 on this deck. So what we need here, maybe different on yours, it's a 19mm here, and then on the inside a 9/16. So you put it on there pretty quick. Now as you can see, let's see if you can see the difference here. See if that shows up on camera. There is a height difference. And it does make a difference in the yard. And also this, as it gets worn down, it could crack and break. Like I had one break on me. I actually had two of them break on me over time because I didn't change them regularly. So we're gonna put this one back on. a brand new scalp wheel. And you can find these on eBay a lot of times for, I think I got these for $8 for a set of 4, or actually a set of 6. So I have 2 more left over. I may have some more in my box over there. Got it on. Same process on all 4. I won't show you all 4. It's basically the same process. Just follow what I did on this one and get all 4 on. 1 in the back and 2 on the other side. All right, step 5 is we're gonna wash it. Give it a little bath. Got my soap out here, a little pressure washer. Knock off the baked on dirt, grime right here. Just kind of give it a little bath. I won't hit the engine or any of the electronics here. Uh-oh. My seat fell off. But it'll work. It rained probably the first week after I got it. Ruined this. It's pretty water sensitive. I think the electronics may be. But I'm gonna go around the perimeter here. Kind of clean it up best I can. That's step 5. All right, got it pretty clean, or as clean as it's gonna get. And step 6 is, you guessed it, lubrication. I've got various Zerg fittings on the mower. See this one here, on the tires, one here, and right there, on both sides. Got some up under the deck. There's 3 blades. Let's see if I can see them. We'll crawl down under here. Aha, there's one. You see that one? Hey, I guess you can see it pretty good under here. There's one. And each blade has one. That's 3 under the deck. 2 on each tire. That's 5. Then 1 here. That's 7. And I believe that's all the Zerg fittings. The rear tires don't have it. And the back is pretty simple. It's just your hydraulics and your engine. And of course, there's a few places you can hit with some silicone lubricant. You know, your little pivot points. Make sure those are good and greased. Knock these out real fast. And if you've seen my video on my spreader, on how to clean a spreader, I'll leave a little link up here in the top right corner. You can see me doing the Zerg fittings on the spreader as well. I got this nice little machine here. It's already got some lubricant in it. Pop it on. There you go. Pop one in. Whoa, there it comes. Once it gets filled, it will squeeze out top, push out any water that may have gotten into it or any dirt. So once you see that coming out, it's time to stop and move on to the next one. Pull this off. Pop it down here on the tire. Do the same thing. Alright, it's coming out. Pop it off. Now we'll just clean it up and I'll go around and hit the other ones. I won't show all of them. Basically the same procedure on every one of them. I want to show you these real quick, these little caps. See that right there? Put it on this cardboard so you can see it good. Basically a rubber cap. See? But it's used to cover, put all these Zerg fittings. Just keep any type of debris out. Alright, we're going to come back to the engine. This is tip 7. We're going to replace the gas filter. Give you a good look of it. Basically, we're just gonna move these clamps off to the side and then pull the gas hose off and put a new one on. I'm going to replace the gas filter with a genuine color part. You can find these online or at your local parts dealer as well for about $6 or $7. You see the arrow right there on the gas filter. Make sure you reinstall it, you know, in line with the correct flow. All right, that took about really 5 minutes, a little less. Basically back these clamps off, pulled tube off on each end, did spill a little gas. Always make sure you have your protection gear on, goggles, as well as some gloves to keep gas from splattering in your eye or getting on your hands. Got these gloves down here to catch any, and also still got the cardboard down there to catch any dripping that may happen. And make sure I put the arrow, see the arrow going towards the engine. Make sure that's always, because coming from the fuel tank here, coming down that hose, through the filter, and into the engine, right here. The 8th step is still on the engine here, is to replace the spark plug. And you start by pulling out the spark plug wire here, and it simply pops off. Then we'll get our ratchet and we will pull out the spark plug and replace it. You want to grab you a new spark plug. This one uses the RC12YC spark plug. Take out the old one and put this new one in. See, this one's pretty burnt. Let's hold it up here so you can get a good look at it. It's been in there at least 2 or 3 years. I don't think I replaced it last year. We're going to put a new one in. Let's see. Show you the difference. Pretty big difference, huh? Charred. You don't want to tighten your spark plug down too tight. Don't want it stripping or anything. We got it on. That took maybe 5 minutes as well. Took longer to find the 16 millimeter socket than it did actually change it out. All right, and now we just put our connection back on, and we are done with that tip. So that was tip number 8. Now let's move on to our last tip. All right, down to my final step. You see I got a little dust on it. I took it for a spin. Before I get to this last step, as you see in my hands, put new blades on it. You can see by my property, I'm surrounded by trees and pine straw and leaves. I did a quick tour around the property with this to clear it off before I put sharp blades on it, because it does dull it, hitting little sticks and pine straw. So I'm not going to film myself climbing under the deck. I don't have one of those lift machines that lifts it up. So basically I raise the deck up, climb down here, just reach under there. It's not too bad. Reach under there, replace the blades. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll conclude now. Be sure and hit the subscribe button and the like button. Show me some love. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you have a great day.